Sorry. Я уже включил, да. Okay. Hello, everybody. Really glad to be here today because last time I spoke on this stage was something like 2 years ago, and it is my first time speaking in English Dev Club, and really, I'm sure it will be an interesting experience for you and me. So. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about the project I developed and I'm still developing in my free time, and it is I will explain how this what I will explain about this project, and I will explain why I'm speaking today about this idea of image recognition, text and image and everything. Yeah. A little bit about myself. I was born in Daugavpils, Latvia, and actually this was an English-speaking presentation which I did in New York, so that is why I placed Dvinsk there, because in New York everybody doesn't know about Daugavpils. A lot of people know about Dvinsk, yeah? So it's just historical aspect. Dvinsk is the old name of Daugavpils, yeah.
Yeah, it's how New Yorkers call it.
Yeah, exactly. So I studied in Daugavpils University as a teacher of English and history of world culture, and it is a long story how I became a developer. But to be short, at some point I decided that I got tired a little bit from people, and I decided to switch to computers. Maybe they are a little bit more predictable, and for sure I was wrong. So I moved to Tallinn in December 2003, and actually last about 14 and a half years I'm living in Tallinn. And I worked as a quality assurance engineer in Semantic Altiris, and then switched to create mobile automation developer, and a little bit more CV here. And starting from 2016, I'm still working on my own project. It is Kosher Dev. It is a small startup consisting of maybe less than 5 people. And we are all together with enthusiasm are developing some really interesting solutions for very limited groups of people. Yeah? So I will explain you what we're doing. And this year I switched to Datomi Research Labs, and it is also a very interesting idea, which is really exciting, but it's not the topic of today's speech. So. Actually, a little bit about what project we started and how I got a little bit famous in a certain area. So actually, the main project I developed was the first project I developed, and it got something like a little bit more than 100,000 downloads at this moment. It's simple log. It is I call it simple Jewish calendar, but it is not anymore that simple. It is quite complicated solution which allows a lot of possibilities for people who are following Jewish calendar. And my favorite project, really my favorite, but not that successful, is it kosher mobile solution. This application allows to find kosher products in any shops anywhere in the world. Really. So. Actually, what it does, it's search by name of the product. So users are coming to the shop and searching by category, name of the product, brand, whatever. And we have more than 1 million of products in our database, and from different places in the world, from different databases, we are using reverse engineering to get this data. And this is so actually I invented a kind of solution which allows people to not to stay hungry in different country, yeah, or even in their own country. So and at some point I decided that maybe it is worth to make this solution much more relevant, much more efficient. So I decided to switch to barcodes. Yeah, barcodes is a universal solution here. So if a product of certain barcode is kosher, then it's very simple to identify if it is kosher or not. So the problem is that not all the databases where we're getting information from, they have mapping with barcodes. So something like, at this moment, I can say that something like only 30% of our database is barcoded. So people are coming to the shop and scanning barcode and saying, wow, the app is not working, so how we can use it if it is not working at all? Yeah. So actually, I start thinking about something different, something more relevant in the terms of searching for products, searching for information about products. So I came to the idea, well, I have a small video like this. So you're coming to the shop and pointing the mobile phone on some product, and the mobile phone is saying this kosher, this not. Yeah, so it should be that simple, but it's not that simple yet. But I'm still thinking about how to make it much more simple. So, and I start looking for existing solutions, what different companies are doing with image recognition, how they're dealing with information about packaging, branding, whatever. Yeah. So first of all, and I think it is most exciting solution is Amazon Shopping app. Anybody used it anywhere? Heard about it? Because I spoke about it last time. So actually, this app is worth just to check. You can download it for iOS or Android and or for Amazon phones. So this mobile application allows you to come to the shop, just point on any product in the shop, and if this product is sold by Amazon, then it will be automatically added to your cart, mobile cart. Yeah, and then at the end of your trip in the supermarket, you can press a button and everything will be delivered next day to your door. So it is a really exciting solution and it is working really wonderfully. So it is using, how it is called, not virtual reality, but augmented reality, yeah, thank you. It is using augmented reality, so you're just pointing the mobile phone camera on any product and it recognizes it, yeah. So really, it is a wonderful solution, but it is working only in Amazon for Amazon products, which they sell. Anybody used Google goggles? Very little, yeah. So it's nice because I'm bringing something new for you. Yes. So actually, Google Goggles is a quite interesting mobile application from Google. It allows you to recognize the information on the image. Actually, I used it once, or not once, but once. It was a really perfect example of usage of this application. Anybody know this place with Ponchikim in Nime? Okay, in Nime there is a wonderful small cafe, yeah, and there is a very interesting wallpaper on the wall. So my wife, she was so excited about this wallpaper, so she decided to find something similar to buy in order to hang it on our walls. So I used the Google goggles, and just after several seconds I got information about the producer of this wallpaper, about designer and everything. Yeah, and even just several seconds more, and we found when to buy it in Tallinn. Yeah, so actually after 5 or 6 seconds we've got all the information just from the snap of the picture. Yeah, it is really exciting and really interesting. And for sure, Google Glass, which is not more that relevant, but still the idea is somewhere out. So you're going in the street and you're finding some information about everything around you. It is very interesting. Yeah, but okay, maybe the technology is not that advanced yet to use it in the glass. Yeah. Little bit about pictures. So actually, this is Amazon app if you're looking for it, and this is Google Goggles app. Yeah. So I will go on. Okay. And then I start looking about possibilities. How can I do maybe not the same but similar solution for my projects? Yeah, and I found first of all it was CloudSight, and I will tell a little bit about CloudSight later. And it is a really interesting solution, but it has some flaws also. Clarify is a solution which is actually used by Amazon. So Amazon in their mobile applications, they are using Clarify. Yeah, I think it was either acquired by Amazon or they made it open source. I don't remember how it was working. So and Google Vision. 2 years ago, when I was presenting, I was familiar with Google Vision only for maybe 1 or 2 months. Yeah. Now it is more than 2 years, and it is really advanced solution for today, and it is very interesting solution. So I will speak a little bit more about it later also. So everything is clear, so we can go on, right? So I just wanted to compare CloudSight and Google Vision because Clarify is something that is doesn't suit. I didn't try it myself at that time, but I will show you today how it is working actually. Yeah. So I just wanted to compare CloudSight and Google Vision. So CloudSight, you need to upload the whole picture to the cloud. Google Vision actually you also need to upload the picture, but it will be in different format. So actually, either Google is working faster than CloudSight, or CloudSight is that not that advanced solution. But still, CloudSight takes much more time, and it's look like that upload and hold the process of working on the image. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. So quality of recognition in both cases it's very similar, but Google Vision has their own interesting solutions with brands, for example. I will show how it is working also. Speed, really, this is how it is working. CloudSight takes something like up to half a minute to recognize the image, and in my case, when people are coming to the shop and they don't want to wait for half a minute to get information, just to get the label of the product, yeah. But still, it was my first implementation, and it worked somehow. But I switched to Google Vision because it takes just 2-3 minutes, 2-3 seconds, not more. Yeah. Various operating system support for sure, because it's just API. You're sending image to API and getting response, so you can implement on any operating system. And pricing is the most exciting thing here. Yeah, CloudSight, you should pay something like from $38 to $61 per 100 requests. And it's very expensive, really. So, speaking about Google Vision, up to 1,000 requests monthly, it's free. But in my case, it's much more. So actually, I'm paying a little bit, something between 1K and 1 million requests per month, and it takes me something like maybe $20–25 monthly. Yeah, but it's not that big price for this kind of solution. So this is just a comparison to make you understand how their correspond to each other in terms of working in the same field. So, Google Vision prices. It is also very interesting. And actually, it's not more about prices, but it's more about features. You see, they have label detection, OCR, explicit content detection, facial detection, landmark detection, logo, image properties. Yeah. So actually, you can request a feature from Google Vision. In my case, I'm requesting label, OCR, and logo detection. So because I don't need facial recognition there, facial detection. Yeah. So I need only these three because if, for example, if logo detection fails, Google doesn't know about the logo, for example, or he doesn't find the logo in the image, then I'm trying to recognize by label, and then I'm trying to recognize by OCR. Yeah. So actually, what I'm getting from image, I'm trying to get the brand of the product, or the name of the product, or the producer, anything which is relevant to the search. Yeah, and then I'm placing this search term in my into the request to my server, and I'm getting information there. Yeah, so it's clear, right? Okay. CloudSight, actually, just a little bit of pictures how CloudSight and how Google Vision are working. Yeah, CloudSight is something like you have a phone. You send the phone to the cloud, image to the cloud, and then you're waiting. And waiting and waiting and waiting for, as I said, you're waiting for 30 seconds and keeping sending requests. If my image still is being recognized, or it is already recognized and I can get information from the server. So at the moment you are sending image to the cloud, you're getting unique hash, and then by this hash you're requesting information about this image recognition. Yeah. So it is working, but not in my case. Yeah. So in my case it should be much faster. So speaking about Google Vision, you're compressing image, you're sending to the cloud and getting information just immediately. Yeah, it takes very small time, and I will show you in demo how it is working actually. Yeah. So this is all I wanted to speak, like in general, about image recognition possibilities. I will show you in the example of Android development, and actually it is very simple implementation to my mind, and when I started preparing for this session, I downloaded my old code, and I saw that something is really not working there, because APIs are changing, and Android is also different now, so everything is changing, and I spent some time to make the code much more relevant to today's. So actually, it is in GitHub, so you can later download it. So it's not a problem. Let's make a small show here. Actually, oops. Yes. It's okay, yeah? Everybody sees. Let me see it, and as I told you, yeah, Clarify is a solution from Amazon, yeah? So what I'm doing, wait a minute. Okay, I'm here, and I'm making a small picture of myself. Okay, you'll see. So Clarify is also working quite fast. Yeah, you see that, but it's working fast because I compressed the image, so the quality of image was not that good. Yeah, but still it's recognizing. Yeah, you see. So it's getting a lot of information from this picture. So you can select what information you need and how it's relevant to the picture or whatever. Yeah. So let's try confine. Say me, sending again, waiting, still waiting. Okay, it takes some time. Okay, we can drink some coffee. Okay, you see, my dress is not that gray, yeah. So he doesn't recognize myself, but it's recognized my shirt, yeah. So it's a little bit different approach from them, but actually, confined appeared one of the first solutions in this field, yeah. And it was quite interesting to read forums about confine. Really, people start speaking about. There were so many conspiracies about confine. Believe me. The idea was that confined offered very cheap solution at that time for quite interesting recognition of the image. Quite good recognition. So people start thinking how they actually make this high quality of recognition. Yeah, and there were a lot of different ideas, a lot of conspiracies. Like there is there somehow decompile the location, and by location they understand where it is happening, and then they find some different pictures from there labeled already, and they trying to label your picture also, yeah. Or the most exciting conspiracy about confined was that it is cheap labor in Southeastern Asia, and people are just typing in the labels for every picture. So that is why it takes so long for recognition of the picture. Yeah. So and the proofs of this approach was that people tried to request different languages, like Russian, French, whatever. Yeah. And they did get information from them, yeah. And they were thinking how they manage so many languages. So they felt that maybe it's not machine learning, but it is really people are typing the labels for. Okay, and finally, Cloud Vision API, yeah, and also again for me. Okay, you see, as I told you that I'm requesting different features from CloudSight, yeah, from Cloud Vision, from Google Vision, and actually the last point it is trying to detect the label of the image. Label means that image is somehow. Image is somehow recognized by additional terms. Yeah. So in this picture, Google Vision found hair, facial, hair, bird, person, chin, mustache, forehead. Yeah. So actually, it was recognizing my face, not my shirt, not everything around me. Yeah. So actually, we can try label detection, like here in Panasonic. Yeah. So it's very interesting also, and we'll try to do it. Sorry. Okay, something like this. We'll see. Panasonic, yeah. So.
I think it cut down by
yeah, it was cut down. Yeah, we can try again. Yeah. So, okay. No. Something like this, yeah.
This, yes.
Okay. Okay. Electronic device. Yeah. Yeah. So you see how it is working. Actually, when it was detecting Panasonic or something like this, yeah. So actually, it was OCR, but we can for sure. in our application, in our mobile solution, we are using three-step recognition. We are trying to detect by product label, by product OCR from the package, and also from label, like in general, yeah, maybe orange juice or something like this, yeah. So, is it clear? Yeah, it's how it is working. I can show some code here at this point, and we can. It's okay, yeah. We have time. We have two more minutes till football, so everybody get prepared. Okay, I will try to do it in how it was presentation mode, right? Okay. How it was to open the sidebar? I don't remember.
Maybe Alt-1 you can press.
Alt-1, right. Oh, great. Okay. Actually, the most interesting thing here is these tasks I created. For example, come find what is doing. You see, there is a library. There is a library come find, and this library allows you to get all this kind of information, and you're like this, and actually I'm creating bitmap and sending in. You see, quality is 100. It's very low. Yeah, so it's sending like very, very compressed, and that is how it is that fast. So we are sending confined file location, and then we are getting a JSON result, and we are parsing result and getting information about how it is, what we got from the recognition of the image. Yeah, it's not that complicated, and actually using this library. Get confined is helping a lot here. Yeah? So it's the library is already in Gradle library, so you can just very easily import in your application, in your solution, and use it. The next what I wanted to talk is clarify. Yeah. Actually, the code is, you see, it's API code is very testing, so I'm not paying for it, just in case. So, also clarify have their own library. It also can be used, and actually, I found then 2 years ago, I used the library version something like 0.65 or something like this, and now I'm using the library 2.5. Yeah, so in 2 years they made a huge step forward. So there are a lot of possibilities, and actually clarify is something maybe it is interesting to look into, because it allows also recognition in the video. Yeah, so you can send a video clip to their server, and it will recognize by clips, by frames. Yeah, yeah. And it is also very interesting that actually what we are getting from we're getting a concept here. I can show you. Oops. No. Yeah. Yeah. We are getting a concept which is extending prediction, and you can take even deeper into, and there are a lot of possibilities or a lot of information of what you're getting from there. Like here, you see it's quite an interesting solution, really. And I didn't have a lot of time last week to spend on Clarify, but I just implemented the new API because it was absolutely different from what I used before. And now it's really interesting to look into it later. And Cloud Vision, as I wanted to show you that, again, I'm sending a bitmap, and actually Google Vision is a part of Google services. Nowadays a lot of services for Android are moved to this big stack of services, so you can select Google Vision from there and use it. Yeah, it's very easily implemented. And I wanted to show you what I'm sending. You see, I'm sending features. I'm sending type of feature, logo detection, text detection, and label detection. Yeah. So as I told you that if I fail logo detection, then I'm getting information from text detection and later from label detection. Yeah. So actually, this is the general concept I'm using at this moment, because this really allows to get information about the products on the go. Yeah. So I have to say that people are quite lazy. They don't want to stay in front of the shelves in the supermarket and type in the name of the product or category or whatever. They just want to come and make it easy, like getting information from barcode or just snapping the picture and getting label from picture and everything. Still, it's really working. I see how it is used in our analytics, and we're getting good responses from users, and it's really interesting to see. But in general, the solution we are using is Cloud Vision here. It's Google Vision. And maybe one more point I wanted to tell about modern, latest Android security. Because just while preparing this presentation, I found out that in Nougat version of Android, they implemented a feature which doesn't allow that easy to get pictures from storage on your mobile phone and send it anywhere else. Yeah. So actually, maybe you didn't know, but in Nougat, all the pictures you're making, they are stored with permission 700. Yeah. So nobody else can access these images. So here I made a small investigation on the problem, and I will show you how I made it. Actually, just a sec. No. Yes, and get file. Yeah. You see, instead of using usual URI from file, as it was previously, yeah, there was such possibility to use URI from file, and you're just pointing out the file you want to upload and everything. You need to use file provider here. And this file provider, on the moment of creation of this image, it sets different permissions. It sets the permissions which are allowed to use it as uploading file. Yeah. So actually, what happened when I used URI from file, there was an exception that you're trying to access image which is not permitted for you. It was a very interesting solution from the point of Google, because actually it makes a developer to think a lot about much more secure way of storing images and sending these images to the server. And also it doesn't give access to different images on the file system in Android. So it's really exciting. But previous versions up to 27 are not affected. So you can use freely URI from PAF and it will be used. Yeah. But later, all the newer Androids will use this security method, and it won't be that easy to upload any image or any file to any different place. Yeah. Okay. Oops. It was Shift 5, right? Okay. So here is GitHub URL. Sorry for how this looks like, but I tried to make it as big as possible. So questions, answers? Yes.
What do you use for barcode reading?
Actually, also I'm using Google Vision. Yeah, and there is a very powerful solution from Google, and I tried a lot different possibilities, and Google allows to build the mobile application with barcode recognition inside of the application. Yeah, so actually, and it is working flawlessly without any different problems. Yeah, so actually, I found that, and it doesn't. You're not paying for it. Actually, it is just recognizing on the spot. It's not sending anywhere else and whatever. Yeah. So I found it's the best solution for our project at this moment.
Okay.
Anything else? Yes.
So do you have any mistakes when you recognize mislabeling, like the Panasonic was wrong? So what do you do with that? How many mistakes?
Actually, you see, at this moment, we don't consider this as a basic feature for product searching. Yeah. I do consider that typing the product name or category is the best way to search in our database. But this is more like to attract users to see their how they react on this in this case. And actually, we are trying to point out that if you didn't find that product in our database, try to type in or something like this. Yeah, so we're just directing people to typing the names of the product. So it's not again same about barcodes. If the user are searching by barcode and doesn't find in our database, we are saying him that maybe you should try to search by product name or category or brand. Yeah, so actually it is working. But the problem here is that it is just a problem of people's laziness. They don't like to type, and they don't like to read what the developer wrote them. Yeah, so they make huge captions. We place a lot of information there, but people don't read it. Yeah, so they are writing us emails and asking why I cannot find these products in your database, and we are responding, maybe you should look for by name or something like this. Yeah, so it's not perfect solution for sure at this moment, but it's the best we can do. Yes, there was. Yeah.
There was one question was from there.
Yeah. How do you even get this full database? Can you get it somewhere?
Actually, we are getting information about products from something like 250 different sources. So there are a lot of information about kosher products in the world, and mostly we are getting information from the authorities which are labeling the products that they are kosher, or communities, local communities, or even some small organizations which are developing these kind of lists. So there are, at this moment, we have 4 different ways of getting this kind of information. One is site scraping, one is downloading the whole database from the organizations which we got an agreement. Another is organizations are developing their own lists, and they are inputting into our database manually. Or another one is people are requesting information about products, And what they are doing, they have to put a barcode, the name of the product, and the picture. And we have 4 different responsible persons which are responding in different areas. One is Northern America, one is Europe and Asia, and also in Southern America and in Australia. Yeah? So these people are responding to requests from their area, and this is also how we feel our database. We're getting much more qualified information about products, barcodes, names, pictures, and even the status of the product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking about that performance, you mentioned that the request takes 2 or 3 seconds. Do you make people wait for this request to be processed in your main thread or in parallel?
In parallel, like it's a sync task, yeah.
So it's quite a lot of time.
A lot of time, yeah. But you saw from my example in like here, yeah. Okay, this example was in the virtual machine on the powerful notebook, yeah. But not that many people have this kind of mobile phones yet, yeah. So okay, they're powerful. You can start rockets from them, yeah. But actually, still. There is another problem actually with internet access in biggest supermarkets. So there is a huge there are huge supermarkets. Then you're coming to some endpoint of the whole like of superstore, and internet is not working there. You're happy if the mobile phone is working there. Yeah. So we have a possibility to download our database to the mobile phone. Yeah. So, but it is paid feature. So people are paying for additional features in the application. For example, they're going abroad. They don't want to spend a lot of money on the internet. So they're before going abroad, they're paying for possibility to download the information to their mobile phones. They download the database they need for this definite area, and they go there. Yeah. Okay, I hope so. Yes.
Also, some products have a kosher logo or mark on their package, and maybe with the first step you can recognize this mark.
Yeah, we have a long list of to do. Yeah, this is one of the top priorities now. Actually, you see about labeling of kosher labeling. There are a lot of problems actually with labeling nowadays, because okay. Majority of products which are labeled kosher, they are kosher for sure, yeah. But there is a lot of problems with mislabeling. For example, a product should be neutral, like not milky, not meaty, yeah. But it is labeled as milky, for example, yeah. So, and vice versa, yeah. So actually, and also sometimes by mistake or intentionally, some products are labeled kosher, but they are not kosher at all, yeah. So it is, and our solution actually allows to check in database of this organization whose label is on the package. It allows to check if it is actually kosher or not, yeah. So, and I know that. For example, in some places like United States and Israel, where are a lot of kosher products in the shops, people are using our application for rechecking. Yeah, so they're seeing some new product which just appeared in the market, and they're checking if it is proper label or not. And also, I see that a lot of people are sending requests to a responsible person and asking if this label is reliable or not reliable. Yeah, so if this organization is trustful or not, because there are a lot of kosher authorities organizations around the world. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. A question regarding the paid feature downloading the database of product for a certain region. How big is the fraction? How do you break down regions? For example, if I go to, well, Southern Europe, for example,
Italy. So, and I want to download Eastern region. Like, what would it be? Like the entire Europe, or would it be Italy, or?
Actually, we have a division. We have a division by countries. Yeah,
Okay.
and division by countries and organizations. So so a person is going, for example, to Italy. So when I'm asked, I advise them to download also from Switzerland and Germany because they are near the Italy, and there are a lot of products from Germany and Switzerland in Italy, so they can get much more information from there. Yeah, but also people are, as I see from our analytics, that people are actually going to some place and they already know what kind of products they want to download and what kind of information they want to get. For example, in Estonia here, we have a lot of products from Netherlands and from Sweden. So me myself, I'm using information from Sweden, from Netherlands, from Germany, and from Russia here. Yeah, because
So paid features.
I'm searching online. So I actually it is a quite interesting question because we are in our application we group countries by regions for sure, like Europe, Northern America, South America, and I know that people who are going to South America, for example, to Chile, they're downloading a database for Chile, but also they download for Argentina, for example, because they have products nearby. Yeah, so it is. There are a lot of maybe it's additional lecture on user experience in such cases. So yeah, it's quite interesting vision
as
here.
a follow-up question, I'm curious. For example, if I download the entire region, like Italy, Germany, France, and Switzerland, then like what size are we talking about?
How much
of data?
How much of data? The Switzerland database is quite big, but it takes something like maybe 1 or 2 megabytes or something. Megabytes.
Okay.
No, we're not speaking about gigabytes here. No. Okay, the entire database which we have, but the database includes a lot of stuff. It includes kosher places around the world. Restaurants, cafes, supermarkets, whatever. Yeah, it includes quite complicated list of kosher alias around the world. Yeah, so the entire database weighs something like 1.5 gigabytes. I think it's not that big. Yeah, in terms of storage. Yeah.
Then it of course makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have secret strings in your application?
You made attention enough that you know that they do have.
Actually, you see, speaking about secret strings, maybe it's a good question because in terms of previous lecture, I should say that Google Vision, Google services, they have an interesting solution for this kind of things. So you can limit access to their services only from a certain mobile application with signature. So they are getting signature, you're storing signature in Google Console for services. And this service, like Google Vision service, is limited only for this exact mobile application with such a signature. And this signature may be for debugging signature or for production signature. So you can...
Do you store the signature of the exact binary or just the private key should be the same?
Of exact binary.
Every new build.
No. It's I'm not doing it every new build. It's it's taken from signature. Not from binary. No, I'm mistaken. Not from binary. It's from signature. Because actually, yeah. Android, when you publish mobile application to the Google Store, Google Play, then you have to sign with a private key this APK. Yeah, so you're getting signature from this private key and storing to their database, and they're mapping if this request is coming from the mobile application with such a signature or not. Yeah, so.
But like network traffic wise, how does it work? The mobile application as a client calls your server, your API with the payload to ask about the product, and then from your backend you make a call to the Google Vision API, or
it's
they call Google Vision API directly?
No. For currently it is actually working from mobile application.
So mobile application calls Google Vision API
yeah,
directly.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So for sure, maybe it's not the perfect solution here. Yeah, but
It well can be abused heavily.
but still, it is working for us at this moment. Yeah, so maybe a little bit later I will spend some time on security aspects. We don't have so many requests. We see how it is working. So actually, what I had really, I paid quite a lot at some point, and I found some kind of solution for myself to limit this payment. It was string translation. If you maybe it's a different story for a different lecture, but actually Google translation API in Google is quite expensive. It's very good working, but it's quite expensive. But still, I found some trick with caching data in our database in order not to pay a lot of money to Google for repeating requests from our API. Yeah.
You know it's not allowed?
It's not
legal to cache Google.
It was legal previously. What happened? Yeah.
Google in lots of APIs. Maybe the translation API is not, but for lots of APIs, Google bans or disallows the caching of response. So you like.
How do they know if I cache it?
No, like that is your legal agreement. How do you know that you breach your agreement? Just because you breach your agreement doesn't mean that you're doing legal stuff.
But I mean, like, if I pay for this data, that's already like my data.
I can write.
It's a license, one-time usage.
Okay. It's one-time usage, and you pay per request.
It's very good information to know, actually. Yeah, so I should investigate.
Save it, iOS.
I save the caches.
I learned something new today.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's new.
We all knew something, learned something new today, and thank you very much for your attention. I hope it was a little bit more interesting than football.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.